Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about something that's pretty serious. I'm normally talking about how-tos and checklists and how are you feeling and that kind of thing. But today I've got something that's a little bit more serious. In fact, it could be urgent if you live in one of 7 states. And that's the ACT. It's called the Advanced Class Truck Act, ACT, and that's going to go into effect on January 1st, 2025. And it could affect you if you're thinking about buying a large motorhome or super, like a big Class A or a Super C in the coming year. So if you're looking, I might be able to show you a hack on how to get a good price for one, and also kind of what that means for the rest of us, because it could affect everybody in the industry. So the other things I'm going to tell you about, its unintended consequences, which states are affected, and this little window of opportunity that you have right now if you're looking to buy an RV. At the end, I'm going to talk about my giveaway. It's a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'm 45 people from that 1,000, and so we'll talk about that later. So let's go ahead and talk about the ACT. So this is not hypothetical. Time is running out. As of January 1st, 2025, you won't be able to buy a new Class A diesel motorhome or Super C RV in 7 states, with more possibly following. Okay? It's not just a minor setback. This is a potential death knell for the motorhome industry. And why? Well, what is the ACT? It's called the Advanced Clean Truck Act, and it's a regulation, a new law that's set to take effect on January 1st, and its purpose is to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases. And the purpose is to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases. You know, the toxic air, the contaminants, the carcinogens, and things that pollute. And mostly it was aimed at heavy-duty trucks and the big trucking industry, those vehicles. And they wanted to take their emissions starting in 2024 to 2035 from 0 to 55% reduction. That's a huge thing in 10 years. And right now, in 2025, they're aiming for 11%. So that applies to vehicles with a gross weight of over 8,500 pounds. So the gross vehicle weight is the maximum weight a vehicle can legally carry when it's fully loaded, including passengers and cargo. And if you don't know what your GVWR on your motorhome is, you look at this little chart I will show you, or image. The gross vehicle weight rating sticker for a motorhome is usually inside the door, driver's side door, and you open it up and right on the inside it'll have that. But if yours is a big motorhome and it doesn't have a door there, you can find it usually in a cabinet or the driver's compartment or on the wall behind the driver's seat. So there are other places to look. So these manufacturers have to produce a certain amount of ZEVs, that's zero emission vehicles, as part of their total vehicle sales. So I do have another chart here to show you how that works. You can see the column on the left is the column for 2025. It shows 11% zero emission vehicles, and the rest are greenhouse gas vehicles. The next column is 2035, which shows zero-emission vehicles and greenhouse gas vehicles. That's the goal. The third column on the far right shows the ZEV, the zero-emission vehicles, plus some credits that can be used to offset the greenhouse gas vehicles. And how this would work, let's say Ford makes a chassis for an RV, and they also make all these other types of vehicles. So they do make electric vehicles. So they have electric vehicle credits in the green area, which may exceed the 11%. That difference, that in the yellow, are credits that they could use to produce the greenhouse gas vehicles because they've produced so many electric vehicles, and it's offsetting those credits. Now, whether the manufacturers want to use those credits on RVs remains to be seen. I really doubt it. I think they will probably go to fleet vehicles, but they may be able to work a deal with the RVIA. So the impact on RVs is that the regulation inadvertently kind of scooped the RVs up into this group of trucks because of the weight. And the RVIA Association, they were aware of it, but they weren't really on top of it because they thought they would get kind of a special dispensation for RVs because they're only driven average 3,000 to 5,000 miles a year within these states. So they thought, well, they'd get an exemption, but it didn't happen. So right now they're scrambling to try to see if they can get that, but it's not going to happen before January 1st. So the states that this affects right now is California, Oregon, Washington, so the whole West Coast, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Jersey, and New York. And there are a lot of other states that have this in the works, so look for it coming. This is really serious for the RV industry because the manufacturers cannot ship their big RVs to those states because they're not able to be sold. Now, some RV manufacturers might be able to sell a few of them because they also have these credits that I showed you in the graph. Ford and Mercedes are both chassis that might possibly be worked into those credits, but the state has to decide that, and the manufacturers have to decide that. The manufacturers might not want to use those credits for RVs. They might want to use them for their big fleet trucks that they sell more of. So I wouldn't look for help from the manufacturers. So it's also important to say that this regulation doesn't put a ban on large RVs. You can use it, you can drive it, you can own it, as long as you haven't bought it after January 1st, 2025. But the RV industry is still working on exemptions and postponements and things like that. We'll see if they come up with those. The most direct consequence for non-compliant manufacturers appears to be that it really is an inability to sell their vehicles in those states. The window of opportunity is closing. If you are looking to purchase a large diesel motorhome, whether it's a Class A or a Super C, you won't be able to purchase them in these states as of January 1st. We've already gone over that. But between now and January, and here's another thing, it's not clear if you buy a 2024, which is brand new off the lot but is considered a year old, is that going to fall under the brand new rules, or is it going to be classified as an older vehicle? You'll have to, I don't know, talk to your salespeople about that and the manufacturers about that they will know if they can sell you a 24 in 25. But regardless of that, let's think about this. If you purchase one of these big motorhomes in between now and the end of the year, those RV dealers will be looking to dump them. They want to get rid of them. They don't want to keep them into January 1st because they can't sell them after that. So there's going to be some great opportunities for wheeling and dealing out there, because those dealerships have sunk a lot of money into getting those big rigs, and they need to get rid of them as soon as possible. Otherwise, they're going to have to wholesale them out, trade them off to dealers in other states, send them back to the manufacturers. Those are all things that they can do. They'd really rather sell them and at least recoup their money out of them. So if you're looking to buy, right now is a great time to buy. And you can also remind the dealers that they aren't going to be able to sell them in January 1st, so they should probably give you a good deal. So the regulatory shift is here. Don't let it catch you off guard. The future of large motorhome ownership is changing. If you need, I've heard of people, I don't know if this works for you or not, but I've heard of people purchasing in other states. They do have to register it in the state that they live in. And when you go to register that vehicle, you won't be allowed to register it. So don't think that is an option unless you actually move to the other state or have 2 residences or something like that. So I wanted to let you know that this is coming. Maybe you can take advantage of this if you're looking for an RV, and maybe you can look for a smaller RV if it's not over 85. I think it's 8,500 pounds is the weight limit. It was pretty small RV. Anyway, now I want to talk to you about the giveaway. So when I first started this channel, I gave away a gift for every time I reached 100 subscribers. So I did a little giveaway, and we give away a gift to whoever won, and we do it on a random rotating wheel. And I got hacked about 7 gifts, at about 700 subscribers. I got hacked by people from outside the country. Now I know I have some subscribers from outside the country. I'm not talking about you. This was definitely a hack, and YouTube informed me of it and informed me to stop doing the giveaways because of what was happening. But I can't help it. 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm only 45 subscribers from my 1,000, and I really want to get to it before Thanksgiving. So if you're an RVer that just came on to watch this video and you haven't subscribed, you have nothing to lose by subscribing. Just hit that little subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, and it also helps me get to the point where my monetization kicks in. I actually was accepted into the YouTube Partner Program at 500 subscribers, but you actually don't make any money on it until you get at least 1,000. So I really appreciate it, and tell your friends, tell anyone. I put out a lot of content for single RVers, and I've realized I started out with doing for solo women RVers, and then I realized 65% of my subscribers are single men. So I'm including it. Welcome. You're single, you're married, whatever, I don't care. As long as you like the information, subscribe, sign up. I'm gearing it toward all of you now, and I hope you find my content helpful. So back to the giveaway. So the giveaway will be as soon as I get my 1,000. On my community page, I've put up a poll. I've got 5 different gifts that I could give you. And I'm taking a poll to see which one people would like. I've got a big surprise with that too. So anyway, I hope you found this information helpful. If you're in one of those 7 states and looking to buy a big RV, beware. So until the next time, bye-bye.